There's something no one talks about, but almost every woman feels. A smell that changes, a sensation that shifts. And no, it has nothing to do with hygiene. You take care of yourself. You shower. You choose the right soap. You do everything right. But suddenly, there's something strange in the air. The smell of your intimate area is different, more acidic, more closed in. And the worst part? You feel it, but you can't explain it. No doctor mentions it. No friend talks about it. But I'm going to tell you what no one else has the courage to say. There's a common food that might be throwing your body off balance from the inside. And today, I'm going to share that secret with you. Have you ever felt this? Leave your like now and subscribe for more honest content about the mature woman's body. Here, there are no taboos, just truth and support. Have you ever noticed a different smell and couldn't explain why? There was no pain, no fever, nothing serious, but something was off, stronger, more enclosed, more acidic than before. And the most uncomfortable part? You felt it, but had no one to talk to. No friend mentioned it. No doctor explained it. No conversation made space for it. And that's when something almost no one admits begins. That silent cycle of insecurity. Is it me? Did I do something wrong? Do others notice, but are too embarrassed to say something? These questions aren't dramatic. They're real. They're common. But they're almost never spoken out loud. Did you know thousands of mature women feel this? But they keep it to themselves. Pretend they didn't notice. Switch soaps. Double down on hygiene. Change their underwear. Use perfume. But the discomfort is still there. It doesn't go away. And what if I told you, maybe the problem isn't where you think it is? Yes, because when the smell changes, it's not always a sign of uncleanliness. Most of the time, it's your body trying to speak to you. But it doesn't scream. It speaks softly, with small signs, with subtleties only someone who's lived a lot knows how to recognize. And why does this happen more often after 50? Because everything changes. Hormones, metabolism, lubrication, microbiota. But no one explained how to recognize those changes, let alone how to deal with them without shame. You're not alone, and you're not wrong. Your body isn't betraying you. It's just asking for attention in a different way. The other day, a 64-year-old woman told me, I thought it was just me. I tried to hide it for months, until I realized the smell was a request, not a failure. That's exactly what it is. Maybe what you're feeling isn't a sign of a problem, but a reminder that your body is changing, and it needs a new kind of listening. Softer, more mindful, more yours. Have you ever heard of the vaginal microbiota? It might sound too technical, but what most people don't know is that it has everything to do with the smell, the comfort, and even the lubrication of your intimate area. Yes, what you're feeling down there has an explanation no one ever gave you. And no, it has nothing to do with poor hygiene. It has to do with an entire ecosystem that lives inside you. Imagine an invisible garden, delicate, governed by balance. That's the role of the vaginal microbiota, a community of microorganisms like good bacteria that care for your intimate health from the inside. Why does this matter? Because when that balance is lost, the body changes. First, the smell, then the lubrication. In some cases, mild itching, recurring yeast infections, discomfort when sitting or wearing tighter pants. You feel it, but you can't name it. And since no one talks about it, you stay silent too. What throws this intimate flora off balance? Emotions, stress, hormonal fluctuations. But a central and invisible factor is what you eat. That's right. Your diet directly affects the smell of your intimacy. One of the biggest culprits? Refined sugar. And not just the one in your coffee spoon. The hidden sugar. In white bread, in polished rice, in boxed juices, in guilt-free cookies, in sweetened fitness yogurt. All of this feeds the bad fungi, especially Candida, which naturally lives in your body but can overgrow when it's being fed. Meanwhile, the good bacteria, responsible for balanced pH, are being weakened. The result? The environment changes. It becomes more acidic, more closed off, and you feel it, even if you can't explain it. What to do with this information? First, breathe. You're not alone. And your body isn't wrong. It's just trying to talk. What seemed like a smell issue is actually an internal imbalance. And the good news? You can reverse it. With simple choices. With real food. The same plate that unbalances can also heal. You don't need to go on a diet or cut everything overnight. But you do need to start listening to what your body has been quietly trying to say. Did you know that certain foods have the power to restore your intimate balance? And that small choices on your plate can transform the smell, the touch, and even the overall well-being of your body? Yes, the food you eat every day could be healing you or inflaming you. The good news is, there's a way back, and it doesn't require expensive medication or miracle formulas, just awareness and care for yourself. Let's talk about the natural allies of the vaginal microbiota. Dark green leafy vegetables, kale, arugula, spinach, watercress. They help alkalize your body, balancing pH and creating an environment that's less favorable to fungus. Red fruits, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, red grapes. They have anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects, which help reduce subtle inflammation that can affect your intimate flora. Raw garlic and onion, powerful natural antimicrobials. They help eliminate bad bacteria in the gut and intimate area, strengthening your internal immune system. Avocado and olive oil, healthy fats that help regulate your hormones and support the production of natural lubrication. Natural fermented foods, kefir, kombucha, plain yogurt, sauerkraut. They restore the good bacteria your microbiota needs to return to balance. And the most forgotten of all, water. A dehydrated body accumulates toxins. The gut slows down. The skin changes. Lubrication dries up. But a well-hydrated body eliminates, regulates, responds. And you feel it in the smell, in the touch, in your own pleasure. But pay attention. Eating well isn't about following a rigid rule. It's not about perfection. It's about listening. When you eat with presence, your body responds. Gently, with small signals that bring relief. And why does this matter? Because maybe you've been trying to fix the smell with soap, with perfume, with douching, but forgetting that everything starts from within. Your intimate scent is not a mistake. It's a message. And now you know how to respond to it with simple and profound choices. Have you noticed your intimate scent changing over time? It wasn't sudden. It was subtle, but you felt it. And do you know what no one told you? It's absolutely natural. Yes, a woman's scent changes with age, with hormones, with menopause, with a slower metabolism, with drier skin, with reduced lubrication, with a shifting vaginal microbiota. But the world didn't prepare you for this. On the contrary, you were taught to always stay neutral, always smell good, always look presentable. So when your body changes, you think you're doing something wrong, that something is out of place. But it's not. What's there is a new body, a new rhythm, and it also deserves respect. What no one tells you, the female body has phases. It bleeds, ovulates, dries, heats up, cools down. The body changes. But culture insists on one idea, that it should always stay the same, always functional, always young. And that's where the shame is born, not in the smell, but in the comparison to an impossible ideal. Let's be honest, you're not neglecting yourself. You haven't let yourself go. What changed was your biology, and it's beautiful. Even so, when estrogen drops, the pH of the intimate area changes. The mucosa becomes thinner, the microbiota becomes more sensitive, and that, inevitably, alters the smell. But the smell is not dirt. It's not a mistake. It's a signal. It's identity. It's truth. And why does that matter? Because instead of hiding that smell, you can start to honor it. Yes, honor it. Because it tells your story of everything you've lived through, of how much your body has gone through with you, through every phase, every transformation, every healing. You deserve to look at yourself with more kindness, to touch yourself with more presence, and above all, to stop fighting this body. It's not betraying you. It's simply changing. And the beauty of that is that now you can make peace with it in a new way, without demands, without ideals, just by listening. This new body is yours, even with all the changes, even with the wrinkles, the dryness, the different smell. It's still yours, and it holds something precious. Life, desire, sensation. But the reconnection doesn't happen all at once. It builds slowly, in an unhurried shower, in choosing clothes that please you, not others, in the way you touch yourself, without pressure, without expectation. And why is this so important now? Because maybe you spent decades taking care of yourself for others, being useful, presentable, desirable, and suddenly your body changed, and the way others looked at you changed too. But now, at 60, 70, or beyond, what your body needs isn't validation. It's to be heard, touched with presence, lived with gentleness. Maybe the reconnection with your intimacy starts with no one else, just you, with your time, with your touch, with your breath. No rush, no goal, no performance. Because when you begin to listen to yourself again, something inside you aligns. And what once felt like a flaw becomes a ritual. The smell stops being a problem and becomes a signal you understand. The touch stops being forgotten and becomes a bridge to pleasure. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, how do I touch myself today? In a hurry? With fear? With judgment? Or with the reverence of someone who knows that this body has survived everything and is still here, whole? This is the new gesture, the new care, the new path. Touching yourself is no longer about performing or pleasing. It's about recognizing yourself. It's about looking inward and silently saying, I see myself, I feel myself, and I accept myself. This is more than self-care. It's reconnection. It's freedom. And when that reconnection begins, the body responds. You feel more lubrication, more lightness, more pleasure, not just sexual, but existential. Because when you allow yourself to return to yourself, life returns with you. Over time, the female body transforms, not all at once, but in small waves. The skin changes texture. The inner rhythm slows down. Lubrication becomes less frequent. The scent shifts. Touch feels different. But what if these changes aren't the end, but a new beginning? Because the body, even after 60, still wants to be heard, welcomed, honored, not with medications, miracle formulas, or unreachable standards, but with simple gestures, with a new routine, based on freedom, not control. What does that mean in practice? It means you don't have to dress to fit in anymore. Now you can dress to feel. You can create small care rituals that reconnect you with your body, without hurry, without obligation. Here are a few suggestions for intimate, real, and gentle reconnection. A mindful shower. Forget the heavily perfumed soaps. Use warm water. Choose a pH-balanced intimate wash. And as you wash your body, breathe. Touch with intention. As someone listening to what they feel, not trying to erase anything. Conscious choices on your plate. Swap the cookie for a fruit. Swap the white bread for a vegetable. But not as punishment, rather as someone saying, I choose to nourish myself. Hydrate as if watering yourself. Every glass of water is like an internal caress. It renews lubrication, improves digestion, even helps your mood, and most importantly, gives you back a sense of self-control. Touch without goals, just presence. You don't have to wait for someone else to touch you. You can start with yourself. No pressure, no script. Just feel the skin, the pulse, the belly, the intimate area, with the reverence of someone touching sacred ground. And most importantly, stop punishing yourself. This is no longer the time to fit in. It's time to be free, to return to living in your own body with lightness, with autonomy, with truth, because intimate care isn't about hiding the smell. It's about understanding what it's trying to say and responding with attention. You don't have to live disconnected from yourself anymore. You can choose, starting today, to look at yourself with kindness, to eat with awareness, and to touch yourself with dignity. Because after 60, a woman no longer wants to please the world. She wants to live in her own skin, with pride. And that, my dear, already changes everything.